Yeah.
I like that. I actually like that energy.
Yo, Reg, is that your bonnet? Did you get that from Derek Jackson's girl?
The do-rag on top of the headphones, my guy.
That's your bonnet. Oh, I'm still recording, man.
He's still recording. I don't get to he get it on recording.
Man.
He got it on recording.
Period.
Oh, man.
Hold up. I know he ain't talking about my bonnet.
Alright, guys, welcome everyone to another episode of the Warmup. It's me with the guys. It's me, Chris B. Humble. I got Deuce, Kev RL, and D Sharp / Defense in the neighborhood. So let's just say what's up to the YouTube crowd, guys.
What's up?
What it do?
Cool. And if this is your first time watching and rocking with us, this is a place where we talk about sports, current events, and everything else in between through the lens of black culture. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment, tell people, send us some shout outs, send us some topics that you want us to talk about, all that jazz. And yeah, man, we appreciate all the love beforehand. But let's just get right into the jammy jammer things, man. Draymond Green, this dude here always got something to
Big
say.
Dre.
You good?
Oh, what?
Okay, all right.
He's great.
Okay,
okay.
Okay.
So Draymond Green, he came in. He always got something to say, and this time he said something that I don't know if he can put this back into the Pandora's box. This dude said that he is one of the best defenders of all time in the National Basketball Association, all time history. Tony Allen.
Best or the best?
He said the best or one of the best?
Oh, are we picking words?
Because I thought he said
the best.
He said the best. He
Oh,
said
did I say one of the best?
Yeah, you said one of the best.
Oh no.
edited
The dude said the.
Yeah.
The dude said the absolute number one.
The number one spot.
Number one spot.
Numero
best
uno.
defender in the National Basketball Historical Association. Let's just talk about it, man. Does Draymond Green have a point? Does he have any leg to stand on when he makes these kind of just platitudes? Deuce, you got something you wanna speak on this? You got something you gotta say?
Oh, I do.
You know
I'm
this guy
not going
something to
first
say.
because
He's not gonna go first, but I can
The
alley hoop
pre-show.
to you though. I can give you an alley hoop though because I think he do. I think he do have a leg to stand on.
I agree. I think he got a leg to stand on.
And I'll put him pretty close up there. Like, I don't know. What are we talking about? Top 10, top 20? Like,
Nah.
I definitely
one.
put him in that list.
I think he got a leg to stand on in the sense that he's a very great defender, especially in this era and this time, what he's been doing, what he's been executing. But in terms of even top 10, not for me.
Oh,
I
okay.
can see
That's short and sweet. Okay.
Oh, we gonna get back to it, but I want to let everybody get their points in.
Oh, okay. Because I
have a
clearly think this dude is delirious in a very offensively friendly. Like, you can't touch a shooter without like technical foul. Like, you blow on them, they fall in. It's so easy to like get away with some of just some of those just all that energy, man. Like again, we know the 90s was known for his bully ball, 80s was known for his bully ball, and then you had effective elite defenders in that realm who were able to come out of that and be just showcased. Like, there's people who are known for their defense who went to the Hall of Fame based on the defense only. I don't see where.
I would actually have to disagree with you, though. I would say that you kind of giving more credence to his argument because
I agree with you.
it's a lot.
You are.
If the way you just laid it out on how it's so offensive friendly of a league, the fact that you have to, it takes even more skill as a defender to with what you are allowed to do to still be an effective defender, to still be like highly effective. I think you got to work a little bit harder, or just be a little bit more strategic. Yeah.
Can't just be like, whatever.
You can't hand check. You can't rely on just being physical and bumping and doing all this kind of stuff.
You also he also couldn't play zone defense.
Yeah.
Illegal defense was a thing. So again, yes,
We don't
it
play
is.
much zone though. Zone comes on like every play here and there.
But but even just being arm's length from your man is enough to precipitate like zone defense. You know, a illegal defense call. Like you couldn't be just like hanging back. Like I'm guarding him, he's over at the corner three, but I'm just standing here halfway between the 3-point line and the block, where I can crash in if I like. The space to cover is a little bit different, but that's fine. Like I said, I hear what you guys are saying. The other side of the coin is because it's offensive friendly. Now he's able to navigate in that, but I also would say that because of the fact that like people were more physical back in that day, and I mean even people who graduated between, you know, the old era and the new era. Like again, I was speaking of Tony Allen, who made a comment. Who Kobe Bryant said that was the toughest person he ever had to like play offense against, like because the dude studied him. I don't know, man. To me, yeah. Anyone else?
I think also with your point, like in a zone defense or even being able to be more spaced out, there's a lot more team help defense and not less one-on-one defense.
Correct.
You know, if I'm gonna take back what I said against Reg earlier, man, I'm gonna put context to the statement, right? I think in Draymond's mind, he's thinking mentally. Because y'all listen, cats are the more physically gifted than Draymond. We all know Draymond isn't the best physical specimen on the court, right? But mentally, how he sees the game unfolds and how he plays defense from the center court position, yeah, I can see him doing that. He sets up his team for the win on the defensive side. Now, we're talking about lockdown defenders, pure just talent. I love Draymond to death. I love him. But that ain't him. That ain't his game. But schematically, setting it up on the floor, I don't know too many others that can hold a counter to that, man.
Kevin Garnett.
Lockdown, man.
KG, was he a lockdown defender? Like
you
mentally,
said mentally and systematically.
Mentally, definitely.
he could call it out. But KG had the added benefit. Yeah,
systematically, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Like the dude.
No, there are others. Like, he's not number one. Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say the dude made people feel bad because he be saying stuff to get you out your game. Like,
that's trash talk.
I know, but
that's part of defense. That's part of defense. That's part of defense. But at the same time, that's a whole nother conversation with the best trash topics.
Well, I understand. Go ahead.
Somebody who I also think is on the list, but got an MVP for playing that kind of defense on the same team. Think about Andre Iguodala. Great defender, and he got the MVP for his defense.
He got the MVP
on the same team.
But it's on the ball defense, yeah, because it's easy to see. I mean, that goes
on the ball defense is one form of defense, though. We have other defense like with blocks and steals and
Yep.
so on and so forth. So and defensive rebounds. That's a part of defense, finishing the play.
Yeah,
I mean that's finishing the play.
Yeah.
Putting the cap on him.
Boxing out,
doing
the dirty work.
Yeah. I don't know. So I don't
know.
I
think Draymond is probably sticking from that perspective too, because he do a lot of that. He do a lot of dirty work, and he like what Deuce is saying. He kind of manned the defense. He's the general of the defense, pretty much.
Yeah, that's it.
But there's been so many greats. Alonzo Mourning.
You're right. I wouldn't put him as number one. I don't mind him in the top. I don't mind him in the top 20. Like I said, top 10, top 20. But you
top
said
20,
top 10. I'm okay with that.
Top 20. I think you could slide him in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So all right, top 20. What about top 15?
Nah. Not even doing it.
Nowhere
Nowhere close.
tight.
Not top 15.
Not top 20.
I know we talked about this before, right? You don't want to lend too much credit to being able to check multiple positions, but Draymond has that lateral. What's a step slower than quickness? Lateral enough lateral movement.
Agility.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
He knows.
He said, what's less than
Speed.
quickness?
Velocity.
Lateral
It ain't
movement.
quick. It's anticipation. He kind of
Yeah.
anticipates your movement.
Mental, like
Anticipate.
I said, it's more mental, knowing where to be and how to be there.
Yeah.
Getting to the right spot on time.
He can't lock down like Dame Lillard, but he can deter a
Right.
shot a minute. You know what I'm saying? Alonzo, I love him. Alonzo's one of my favorite players, but he's not gonna stay in front of a Dame Lillard.
The game was different also back then. So
It was different, also. Yeah.
So
It was position on position defense more so back then.
yeah.
And you got to actually touch the person you're checking.
Again, that's totally fine. Look, even in today's NBA, let's just say today's NBA, because I mean,
Who's the top defensive players in today's NBA?
Kawhi's up there.
Kawhi,
Is up there.
who?
Rudy Gobert, definitely.
Rudy, yeah.
Rudy,
It's like it's the same players we list.
Marcus Smart.
Draymond.
Marcus Smart is
Smart.
pretty good.
He's really
Yeah.
good.
He's pesky. Pat Bev, people who
As soon as you said pesky, I was like, number one pest.
all those
Pat
people say he
Bev,
don't play
man.
defense, man. He be tricking us. I may be tricked. I may be on
Rajon Rondo? Rajon Rondo in there?
He used to be.
He used to be, yeah. I didn't see too much of that.
Even that last run, like he turned it up when he needed to, getting big steals, putting pressure on the other guard. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to just say he used to be. He
Could be
still got it.
He playoff Rondo is, yeah.
LBJ.
Getting back to
King.
rim protectors again, Ben
Yeah.
Wallace.
Well, we just talking about today's
Big
NBA.
Ben. Oh, today's
Yeah.
only.
But yeah,
we doing ship-
LeBron, you know, Kev said
LeBron is up
LeBron.
there.
Oh yeah, LeBron's definitely up
So
there.
would you argue if we had to curtail this argument as far as our time, can he be considered the best in today's game?
No,
Like right now.
I could see the argument.
he made.
I could see the argument.
For right now. Kev,
Well,
I
you
see
said
shake
what-
your
what-
head hard.
But hold
he's
on,
better
hold
than LeBron right now to me. Right
Hold
now,
on,
he's not doing
yeah.
better than LeBron right
Yeah,
now.
hold on. When you say
I'll be
right now,
honest
you
with
talking
you.
about no, hold on. If you hold on, when we're saying right now, are you talking about this era or are we talking about this season?
I think he's on this season. Which one?
This season,
I'm thinking like
Let's go into this era.
this era,
Okay,
like the
era?
If you
recent
say
era.
if you say this season, I see why the hesitancy from the other guys. But this era, I can see why you would make the argument. I think he could be in the conversation. This era,
I disagree.
I like
Yeah,
Kawhi
he's-
for this era.
I disagree.
Kawhi's pretty locked on.
I totally did. Like,
you think Draymond can't even be in the conversation?
the dude
He
isn't
can,
the
no,
best
for
defender
sure.
on his team.
On ball.
He's not.
Talking about on ball.
I will if I were to pick
Uh.
defensively based, just basic defense.
All defensive, you building an all defensive team right now.
If
You're not
I was
building-
like, yo, I would put Clay and Iguodala on there before I would put Draymond on there.
Clay is
I
tough.
mean, Iggy ain't there anymore, but yeah.
But I'm just
Back in that time.
at the time,
yeah.
like this,
Yeah, at that time, yeah.
This-
yeah.
Yeah,
is-
in the area, you're saying the area.
look, Draymond
yeah.
is still living off of the championship years. He's been living
Very
in it
much
for
so.
a while. Like
Wow.
Very
he's
much
made
so.
his money, he's made his prestige off of that, and that's fine. It is what it is, you know. But you know that's so we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about all that stuff because at the end of the day, at that time when they won the first championship, they were ranked number 2 or number 1 in defense. They were ranked number 2 in defense or something like that. Like I'm gonna say one or two. Like they were ranked
Yeah.
high when they had
The defense was like people
They
slept
rank
on
number
the
3
defense.
right now.
Chris.
Just to mention, they rank number 3 right now.
Chris Paul. Chris Paul's another one
Thank
up
you
there.
for that. Thank you,
Chris-
Chris, for that.
Chris
Chris
is-
Paul.
that.
I mean, that's a big
That
thing
is.
though. They rank
That
number
is.
3
Yeah.
in the
That
league.
is.
You're like,
Which-
all right then.
Which lends itself to probably saying more so that
And
That-
Clay
that's
not
really
on
good
the
coaching.
court. Clay not on the court.
And
I mean, good coaching and good on court leadership
Yeah.
from the man who we talking about right now.
I think Draymond is more. He can set it in that system. He can set it in that system.
he's a nice system
Yeah.
guy. Great.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I think he's a nice
not
warrior
a-
system guy. I don't know if you
Called him a
if you
Tom
take
Brady.
him and pluck him in the Spurs.
If
and
you put him in a
he's-
different team, yeah, dudes, that's a good point. Like, if you put him out of the Warriors, would he be what we
Nah,
see?
I don't
of him
think
right
You know,
now?
to be honest, I remember they were talking about trading him. There's rumors about it because his contract was coming up, and I think he was putting stuff out in public, like he wants to stay, but he can do whatever he does anywhere. I didn't think back then. I didn't think so. Now I don't think so. I think Draymond needs offensively talented people around him because
Oh, for sure.
he can't be the man on the team.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of cats like I don't believe that. But like, oh man, Draymond in his college days, he was the man, and that was his thing, and that was his game, and he changed it to be on the Warriors. So a lot of people strongly feel like he can and was the man.
I see him handle the rock, man. It's
tough. It's tough to watch.
A little weird.
It's a little choppy.
Rocky.
It's
a
an
little rocky.
experience. It's like it's an experience, man. But I still think I would say he's one of the top defensive players in this era, like hands down. I would give him
In this era, yeah. And by top, we're talking about like top 10.
Man.
wow.
I'm asking if it's top 10 for this era. I would say top 10 for this era for sure.
Top 10 for sure. I'm debating if it's gonna be top 5. That's what I'm looking up. I'm debating top 5.
We got
Top 10.
So he's not
sure.
even top 10 for you in this era, Chris. It
He's
sound
not.
like
He ain't like
Top in this era,
He
bro?
barely
Chris, I would like,
He
we're
barely
not doing this now, but I would like for you to deliver me the names,
I
10
can't.
names, instead of
Please.
his name.
I
I would
can't.
just want to see it.
He's gonna just flash it
We can do
during
that
this.
part two.
During this, he gonna flash it like the credits.
Yeah, on
This guy.
TNT, when they try to really be quick to get back.
This guy.
Like Michael
Top
Jordan
slide.
cousin,
This guy.
Gary Payton Jr.
I don't know, man. Kawhi up there though. I can tell you that much.
Kawhi up there for sure.
Yeah, but Kawhi can't take up 9 spots though.
I don't know, man. He's the side boy.
Kawhi,
He can do
Paul
that.
George up there.
Paul George.
Chris is
I don't
gonna be
even know
like
if I
Kawhi
would
from the
put Paul
Clippers,
George over Draymond.
Kawhi from the
Not over
Clippers,
Draymond,
Kawhi
but
from
PG 's
Toronto,
pretty-
Kawhi from the Spurs, and Chris Mine. That's 3 spots.
Oh man.
Through all the different Gokus.
So I don't know, man. But we can agree that all time he's definitely not the
I wanted to
all
back
time.
it up, man, but I can't.
No.
The
I can't.
all time. Okay, can you talk?
He has a leg, but he has a leg though.
He has a leg.
I
Man.
think he
To
can.
stand on. To
The
stand
dude
on.
don't
He does.
even belong to be in the
I'm
same
not talking about
conference
2 feet
room.
down, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I'm
his
saying. Like
leg.
No.
you can mention his name and then start making
man.
start stringing together sentences and then come in with an angle. It's not like you just like dumb if you just even say Draymond. You just gotta go
Bro.
leave and walk out the room.
Well,
Like,
okay. Talking about defensive players, best defensive players of all time. Y'all walk into the conference room, say Draymond.
it's not my first
Green.
answer, bro.
Say
It's not
Draymond
my first
Green.
answer.
Hey, what about Draymond Green? Y'all getting the whole jazz getting thrown out the front door. Like, no one's
All
listening
right.
to that. No one.
It's
I
not my
don't
number one
understand.
draft. It's not my number
I'll
one
take
draft
that.
pick. It's not my number one draft pick.
It's
Is
not
it
either.
number
Yeah,
20
bro.
though.
Nah,
I'm
dude,
just saying, you have an
Chris.
argument, man.
I can see.
20.
I could see top 20. I could see. That's what I'm
Skip all
saying.
the
In top
numbers in
20, I
between.
could see why somebody who just like, this is the 20th spot. Maybe I'll throw in Draymond. I can see it.
So we got 3 legs. We got 3 legs to stand on for Draymond, and one just heck nah, nowhere close. Don't bring his
dude,
name
3
up.
legs and 1 casket, according to you.
I mean, this topic is dead.
Nah,
like this.
Nah.
yeah.
If we doing the spectrum, Chris is on the. He don't even belong in this conversation.
Dude, why are we talking about him?
Why are we talking about him
You got
with
two.
defense?
You got 2 legs to
Yeah.
stand on, and you got one that's like he top 5 maybe.
Hey, why are you talking about defense and talking about Draymond? Come on, like.
I mean, you can talk about Draymond and defense with respect to the team, but bro, we're talking about impact to the whole NBA historically. It's like
Nah,
saying
yeah.
Devin
I
Booker's
mean,
the
I think
best
championship
scorer of all time.
I think
You're right.
championship. I think championship caliber puts you in there to say you impacted the NBA. The defense got them there.
So we talk about Ben Wallace then in this case then.
Yeah, Ben Wallace is up
This
there.
is not-
What you
yeah.
talking about? He's on my list.
He's in the
Dude,
he's in there.
Ben Wallace check
Wallace is a
Shaq
beast.
1-on-1.
He
Chris,
1-on-1.
Ben Wallace has 4 defensive of the awards for the year, and he's been on like 6 defensive teams. Like, not very much people could say that.
You saying Ben Wallace don't belong in the conversation either?
So based off of what you just said, he believes it belongs in there because he said he has 4. I didn't know he had 4. Maybe he
He rack it up.
Dude,
The dude,
4,
he was
okay.
consistent.
4. Yeah.
He was
4 was good.
consistent.
4 was bomb, but you forget the fact Ben checked Shaq straight up.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up.
He did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Man,
we yeah. I mean,
I want to know
Yeah,
Chris
he closed
list
the door with
now.
that one. I think Deuce just closed the door with that one.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. I
that's
mean, I can't argue that. That one I can't argue.
Yeah.
Those are valid points. I can't knock that. So yeah, he'd be in the conversation. I don't think he'd make the cut, but yeah, he'd be definitely in the conversation. Dude,
I want to know. I want to know your
He
top
tough.
10.
We're gonna get the list. We're gonna do a part 2, and we're gonna get it.
Nah, he's gonna roll the credits by. These players made the list.
Hey, Chris gonna edit out all these.
It's gonna be like 4 different Kawhis.
Bro, but I mean, we're forgetting Joe Dumars. We forgetting Scottie Pippen, Jordan. We're forgetting Tony Allen. We're forgetting Bruce Bowen. We're forgetting David Robinson, the Admiral.
No, we forgetting none of those boys.
Is Joe Dumars?
That ain't 20 people yet, Chris. That ain't 20 people yet.
Hold on.
Gary Payton.
Gary Payton,
I like Gary Payton. Wasn't Joe Dumars the dude on the Pistons?
John Stockton?
Yes, he was. Come on.
Joe Dumars
man, come on. I don't know about that guy.
Hold on. Joe Dumars locked up Magic Johnson.
Joe Dumars could have been locked up in today's NBA. Period.
But we're talking about we talking about defensive players. We ain't talking about all around players. We talking about defensive.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind of defense. I'm talking about the kind of defense they was playing. It was taking people out the sky. Like, come on. Like, if we're gonna knock on Draymond and be like, today and what they can and can't do. We also got to move that sliding scale back and be like, come on.
We can't do
that. We can't just say he was great for body.
Hold on, we can't do that because the reason we can't do that is because we don't do that same thing on offense with James Harden flopping all the way through the paint. You can't that's the rules. We allow them to play within the rules. Like I don't like doing this, unless we're talking about different eras. But like
I feel what you're saying, but I feel like when I think of all the defensive players that you name, I think skill-wise, like I feel a lot of them. Joe Dumars, I felt was doing a lot of just snatching people out the sky.
He was,
and that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's my interpretation.
I think that's a valid point.
On the situation.
That's fine. That's fine. But we still got more, man. We got Alonzo. Mourning. We got John Stockton.
Alonzo,
I can keep going. Larry Bird.
You said Stockton?
John Stockton. John Stockton was a defensive guy. I think he was leading in steals.
All those
from the steal side. That's the thing. That's what I was trying to tell you with the defense. There's so many aspects to it. Like, he was a great stealer, but was he on ball lockdown defense? And he, other aspects to it. Getting those passing lanes and those kind of things.
Well, again, John Stockton played.
But you know what? It's funny.
Illegal defense was a thing.
But you say because Stockton had a lot of steals, right? So that's why he's up there.
Allen Iverson too.
Yeah, Iverson was out there.
Well, no, I'm saying Chris said Stockton's up there for the steals, right?
I'm saying he was also known for his defense. I said he's known for his defense. I said he leads the NBA history in steals. That's all I was saying.
Okay.
He threw that as one of the that was on the resume.
Yeah,
that wasn't the only thing.
That wasn't the only thing, but no, he's
okay. I misspoke. I'm gonna
he's about to roast me. He's about to see.
I'm gonna hold my comment.
So I don't know, kid. I think I got like 15. I can find 5 more for you if I would sit down.
Damn,
it's not me trying, man. So man, let's move it. Put a pin in that one, man. Let's move on to the trade wars. They have come and gone. The deadline has passed, and we have every official NBA roster, with the exception of any free agency pickups. Marcus Aldridge is on the market now. We had a lot of moves that are notable. We had Uncle Lou. He moved on to Atlanta. And who else we had? We had Aaron Gordon move on to the Denver Nuggets. We had Miami just pick up a whole bunch of people. We had OKC just picked up a whole bunch of draft picks. I think they got like 18 first round draft picks over the next 4 years or so.
They got all the draft picks.
Rondo to the Clips.
So yeah, man, we have a lot of Trevor Ariza. I mean, I didn't know he was even in the NBA still. He's dynamite.
Ariza to the Heat.
He's still there. Yeah.
Most traded player ever. I wonder how he feels about that, man. That's tough. That's a tough crown to carry.
I mean,
that's just part of the job, dude.
Is that the most traded ever, bro? Like, it's part of the job, but
yeah, but I mean,
the part you want?
There's teams that are always landing the contract. He's not getting bought out and sent home. I think that's the worst.
Important.
Yeah, he's wanted. He's wanted. For sure.
So he's saying he's not Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford was wanted too.
Yeah. I mean, he was free agent for.
I don't think Crawford made it.
He never got picked up. Yeah, he never got picked up. So
yeah.
But yeah, so we have Oladipo moved down to Miami. We had who moved to Boston. Boston picked up somebody. Fournier. Oh yeah. Orlando unloaded. They gave up everybody. It was a fire sale. Surprised we didn't get nobody picked up, but it's all good. So I don't know, man. Let's just talk about just some of the highlights. What were your favorite things about the trade? Who are your favorite teams that are looking kind of good? What are some of the worst positions of the teams, or who do you feel like lost out on the trade? We can just start with Kev. Do you have anything that stood out to you that you liked about the trade season?
That Norman Powell deal. I like that. I like the fact
that
the
Blazers. Yep.
Yeah, Blazers. I like the fact that Dame Time is getting some help. I mean, he already got some help with McCollum and some other players, but I've been seeing Norman Powell, man. He's been doing a really good job over there in Toronto. So to bring that heat, especially with the momentum he had over there over the Blazers right now, I think he's going to be an instant benefit, instant contributor. And this is the time. This is the time right now coming out to the end. So I think that's going to be a good move for the Blazers. I also like that Nuggets trade with Aaron Gordon. It was it's been a bit weird season for the Nuggets. They're not really that high up in the rankings. They're not really talked about. The team is playing okay, great, okay, good, okay to good, I guess. But we have the All-Star play, MVP type play from Jokic. Murray is doing pretty well as well. But at the same time, improvement-wise, they're pretty much where they were all the past 2 seasons. So I feel like they needed something to maybe that third player, that third option. You know, it's no longer a duo, it's like a trio. Everybody got to have a 3-headed monster these days. So I think that's a good look for them to get that third option. Hopefully that helps them in whatever troubles they're having right now. I don't really know what's
Do you think it'll gel in time?
That's what I'm concerned about with it gelling. But I know Jokic is a willing passer down there. So because of him, and I know something they play the offense through him, I'm a little bit optimistic that he can help make it work with Jokic. And Murray's out there. He's doing his thing in the guard position, moving around. So I don't think he'll impact Murray's play. And with Millsap, which I believe who he'll be replacing, is getting up there in age. So he's 25. So if Millsap goes out, it's a perfect person to step in and build your team around. You know what I mean? Going forward for the future. So they definitely, those 2 teams to me won. Lakers, I was hoping they got somebody.
I think they were hoping they got somebody.
Yeah. Lowry would have been nice.
Yeah,
it would have been nice to get a good point guard like him, solid veteran. We lost Rondo. We pick up Schroeder, which is pretty good, but he's not as stable. He's not as I don't count on him as much as I would with Lowry and Rondo.
I like his energy and effort, but like you said, he's not.
I love it.
Yeah, he's just not that. He's not that echelon of point guard.
Echelon, there you go. Yeah, he's still working on it. He still got to get there. But Lakers lost. I don't know who else was in the mix, but I know some teams just lost straight up. But let's go around the room and then we straight up because of the trades. Like who players they lost, like Oladipo, and even Toronto losing Powell, I think is a loss for them. So
yeah. Cool. Defense, you got anyone?
Oh man, y'all touched on so many. I wasn't sure about Victor Oladipo, but seeing what we had to give up, Kelly Olynyk, kind of a fan favorite, I guess, but you know, Avery Bradley wasn't really doing much. So to get Victor Oladipo, that bolsters the roster and gives us more options. So looking forward to that. Just hope he can stay healthy and, you know, contribute. Another fan favorite that got moved was Daniel Tice. He's ending up going to the Chicago Bulls from the Celtics. So that was another surpriser to me. I know they picked up Fournier in the Celtics. I don't know if this is enough to kind of change the atmosphere in Celtics. I don't know what's going on. I did hear some reports of them not maybe caring for Tristan Thompson, not being able to just stay unexposed to COVID and not being able to play as much as they'd like or whatever. But I don't know. Fournier going to the Celtics might be exciting. As you guys touched on, Aaron Gordon going to the Jazz can be huge. Another one was I think PJ Tucker from the Rockets going over to the Bucks could be huge too. Yep. I like what he's been doing on the Rockets. When Harden was there and even when Harden's left, I like the level of play he's risen to. So those are the ones that stood out to me. Yeah.
Houston lost twice because you just mentioned PJ Tucker. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He went earlier on before the deadline. Man, that team is just falling apart. They got to rebuild.
Yeah.
I think that's more their goal. I don't think they were trying to get a whole bunch of like, hey, this is gonna get us to the champion. I think they were more so future building like the Magic are.
I hear you.
For Wall.
I don't know, but this Bulls team, they picked up Vukovic too.
Oh
Yeah.
Vucevic, yeah.
You just mentioned who else did they get? Tice, right?
Tice. Yeah.
Yeah. That's two decent pickups.
That'll make
And they still have Zach LaVine.
That'll make them competitive, at least to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So cool, man. Deuce, man, you have anybody you liked and people you didn't like?
Before I get on the people I like, man, we all gotta have a moment of silence for Terrence Ross, man. He's alone in Orlando now. Like, they left him solo dolo, man. His buddies got picked off. What is he gonna do now? Like Ross. I like his game. On the flip side, I'm happy for everyone that got on that boat and got the heck out of Disney World, man. Because it's interesting to see. I'm gonna be glad to see Aaron Gordon a part of a winning franchise, a winning organization. Because since I think Orlando drafted him, I can't remember a winning season that they had, man.
Dunk contest.
Like Devin Booker, this is his first like winning season, right? Yeah, the dunk contest, yeah. So I want to see how he's gonna react with the Nuggets. Big V, I'm glad he's going to Chicago. I think they have something cooking there that's better than what they got in Orlando. So I'm interested to see him utilize. I want to say properly because they used him in Orlando, but what the points mean more, you know? Maybe they can get in the play-in, and maybe they can make it to the second round. I don't think anybody in Orlando's seen the second round, man. It's like a dream. It's like some Harry Potter-ish. So I'm happy with that. The Celtics, man, I remember we used to talk about the Celtics the way we talk about OKC when they had all the draft picks. They used to have the keys to the world, man, before they got Kyrie. Even when Kyrie left, I think they still had some picks, and nothing materialized of it, man. No help from my boys up there. It's still Brown doing it, Tatum doing it, Smart doing it, but Kemba's trying on like one knee. You know, they lost Gordon. I don't know. It's gonna be kind of iffy, and I'm happy for somebody you guys did not name, my boy JJ. Man, he got up out of New Orleans, which I thought would be a good match for him because they need shooting.
He did.
He's going to the Mavs. They don't need him to do too much. Just do JJ like things, and I think it's gonna be fun with him playing with Luka, who can dish the ball. Because I think that's what the Pelicans are missing, someone to really dish. They got that with the Mavericks. He can find JJ, gets a couple of shots up a game, hit the bench, chill, man. So I'm happy for JJ.
Okay. So anyone that you don't like, or?
You know, I can't say I don't like it. I'm interested in the Gordon deal. Because did you guys think that the Nuggets needed more offensive power? I think that's what they needed.
No,
I don't know what they need.
so.
They need something though.
Yeah, but I do think he, in a weird way, he feels that dang man, Grant role. Because I think they lost a lot when Grant left. They needed somebody to check LeBron, put a body on AD, put a body on Kawhi when he goes in the post. And I think they're getting that with Gordon, plus better offense. So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. I'm just kind of confused by that.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think it's an uplift to the franchise, but I don't think the Nuggets needed anything per se. I don't know if
something though.
I don't know if it was a talent. I don't know if it was a talent thing or they just needed to get it together, like with the Celtics. And even looking at the Celtics, I was thinking it was some of the players and stuff going on. Maybe they just every other year it's their year and then they just be cold. I don't know.
Be hibernating.
The best year, the best opportunity was when LeBron dragged the Cavaliers. I think was this his last season?
That was his last season.
His last
they
season.
went to Game
Cavaliers.
7 in the Eastern semis, right?
Yeah. And they fouled that man who was dunking on LeBron and called it the greatest block of all time. I remember.
Oh my god! Bringing up old stuff, man. You let stuff. I'm
gonna let it rot though,
bro, because you be bringing up old stuff.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just every other year because it's just like they be having similar pieces, similar stories. Sometimes they be even down and they do better, and then in the season where you're like, okay, from what they did last season, they're gonna improve. You expect some improvement, and it's the opposite, and they just kind of slide backwards. So I don't know.
You know, Oh, I gotta say also, man, we gotta do a little one time for the Cleveland Cavaliers, man, because they sent the second round pick to get Drummond, and they couldn't even get that back in return to send him somewhere. They gotta buy that man out, man.
Or keep him. Why are they not keeping him?
Because they who they pick up from the Nets? They got
Jared Allen, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna block his progress, man.
I mean, he can just not play. DNP-CD, it still work.
And pay him that money?
I mean, you gotta pay him anyway if it's a buyout.
True.
Yeah.
But
it sounds like there's some kind of cash advantage to buying them out opposed to paying them over time.
I think you could come up with a compromise on how you want to. If you buy them out, you can pay them less than what you owe them if that's like the agreement. I don't know if that's always the case.
Maybe it doesn't hit the cap as hard. Maybe they can reallocate it somehow.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
So,
it's a hit on the books for this season, but maybe that frees you up for the next several seasons. I don't know how it works. I don't know the money of it.
Yeah. I feel you.
In these streets.
Anything else, man, before we close up and wrap up on the NBA trade information?
Real quick, just a quick question. What is Toronto doing right now? Like, what are they doing? Like, this dude is about to be a free agent next year. He could just up and leave. They could potentially like lose a great player for nothing.
Sometimes they just don't know when to let things go, man.
I view it from a different perspective, man. I think give them like the legends route, and I think they might be learning a lesson from how they treated DeRozan, like fan favorites. I think Toronto really loves their teams, their players, man. So I don't think anyone gave them anything worthy to let Kyle Lowry walk like that, or not walk, but to trade him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You think he's hanging around?
You
think he's gonna hang around free agency?
Kyle?
I think this is last season, right? In free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, one more season. When do they got it?
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he just wants to retire with that team. I would get out if I can.
So.
He's a great player.
The dude threw the deuces up at the last game on the way out. Because he didn't know if he's getting traded or not, so he just threw the deuces up.
Oh, okay.
So this is the thing, man. This is all the Roosters coming home to lay in the bed that they built. They sold their soul when they traded DeMar DeRozan to get
for a championship.
They got the chip. Now they paying. They paying the Pied Piper, man. Like, you gotta pay it, man. So
Chris, you would have made that move?
Say, man.
To be
that's tough.
To at the time, I probably would not have. And the reason is because, number one, I already gave a player who I consider a franchise player my word. And secondly, that team was playing well enough to at least make it to the playoffs, at least make it to the conference championship. Now, maybe that was the ceiling, and I get it. And maybe we would have never gotten a championship. I understand that also. But the price to pay, like Infinity War, what's the price you got to pay to get that gem? Like, you gotta sacrifice your firstborn. Like, there's some things that looks like a good idea because you want the shiny.
You blinded
gem.
by the shiny
The
thing.
motivation,
Yeah.
the motivation.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to double down on what Chris just said, because even that championship was on the skin of their teeth two times.
Yeah.
Kawhi hitting these last second tough shots.
Mm-hmm.
Going to St. losing two of their best players.
Yeah.
So think all of that could have happened a different way, and they could have not got the chip, and they still be in the same position they are. So I would say the long-term health of their franchise, they probably would have been a better contender for the championship than that team was even today, with Siakam coming to fruition, with the DeMar DeRozan and a Kyle Lowry around him. Serge Ibaka probably would have still been there. Like, that could have been an even stronger team today, and like that franchise could have, rebuilt more like naturally, and not like right now they're gonna have to do a drastic rebuild.
Yeah.
I mean, and jury is obviously Thanos, man. He gave it everything to get that championship. You wanted the
I was gonna say they got the chip. They got the monopoly too, so it's like, yo, we got the chip. Maybe we suffer, but it's one country, one team. Like, yo, we got nobody else to be backing, you know?
It is one country, and it is one team for the whole country, represent the whole country until they get another team, and there's
until they get another team.
You know?
But I do feel like the chip is not always the end goal. I kind of feel like they be setting it up where they're looking for the dynasty more at least like the back-to-back.
Well, this is the thing. They mortgaged the house to get Kawhi. They hoped that Kawhi was going to stay. Like, you know, they did the whole, like,
exactly.
Hey man, we'll give you all the cars and all the free food and free lawyer fees. Get you get caught up. Like they were throwing the bank in him. Dude was like, I'm going to LA.
He already told him that, and he stuck to it.
And so I mean, the thing is that like you played your hand to try to build a dynasty, or like again you what they say, one a bird in the hands worth two in the bush. Like you trying to go for that too, and you know you end up with nothing. You know at the end of things and stuff. Like I said. I mean, maybe you gain some fans and some loyalty, like some loyal fan base, like some loyal fans. Maybe like regionally, but they were already there. Like you're not gonna.
Yeah. I was saying the fans ain't nothing to worry about. Like as you were talking about with keeping that team together, I was thinking, yeah, your fan base and stuff, but they got the monopolies. Like
they're the only
really
team.
Love that team.
They do.
And then all the bandwagon.
Any
bandwagoners probably done left now.
Yeah.
If they had bandwagoners, so I think ultimately again, it was not the best decision to me in hindsight. Maybe somebody got a different opinion, because if I look at like the Miami Heat team they put together, they were thinking not. They said it out loud, which you're not supposed to, but they were thinking not one, not two, not three. This Lakers situation, I think they were looking at multiple. Cleveland Cavaliers, I think they were looking at multiple. Like I don't think you try to put it together and try and steal one and let's see what happens next. I don't think it's worth the investment to build it that way.
I think Chris has a point though. I do think they did everything they could to keep quiet, man. They did everything.
Yeah, but you did everything you could to try and keep the person that said I ain't gonna be here. Like just a one and done. Like, hey man, I'm just here for the night. Yeah. He's like, no, it's cool. Just come for the night. Yeah. And then once they got there, they was just like, marry me. Like,
exactly.
Nah. Like,
So
yeah, I'm with that. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Toronto, man. Look, I hope because I know Masai is like everyone really likes him and stuff. So hopefully he could turn it around pretty fast. Maybe he'll pull a rabbit out of the hat, or do some crazy magic tricks to get it back in the runnings. It is the East, so not as competitive.
Stop saying that, man.
It's not as competitive. No, it is.
He been saying that.
No,
I think
he got
been
that way.
I think he got
saying it though, but he just loves saying it.
Because
I think he got biased because his team is in a certain conference
above 500, and we still out here trying to get in.
That's why you keep talking about it, right?
Yeah,
you got a real sticky spot for that whole East-West, and your team being just smashed out of the Spurs, the Rockets. Who else is in the conference?
But you just got to think,
it's hard out here.
Your whole basketball lifetime, right? You just got to think about it, Kev. His whole basketball lifetime, he just watched his team continuously just get pushed out, not because they weren't talented enough, but because the talent in the conference. So now it's just like Batman. It's just like the Joker's always in his head. It's just like it's always there. Like you can't not see it.
It's not even about my team, but I'll let y'all go ahead and cook. I'll let y'all cook. That's historically a fact. I don't I'm just look, just like we said when LeBron was playing for Cleveland. Oh, it's a weak conference. It's easy to get through the playoffs. He's blah blah blah. They talked about it. People talked about it.
No one was saying that.
Yeah, that was in the conversation. I ain't going.
And then he moved to the West.
I didn't think that, but like
everybody from the West moved to the East because they said, "Oh, we don't want to play LeBron." Like again, that's a story. I don't.
But I hear what people saying. But even given the injuries, was that an easy win for them?
Who?
What?
The Lakers versus the Heat.
Was that an easy win, like the 4-2 final?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was. It wasn't easy. I mean, finals is never easy. So no.
So even with the conference, how the conference is, and you fighting way through, it's not just like, okay, I made it through the gauntlet. Now I'm gonna go play this easy team because that conference is so easy.
Hey, San Antonio did when they played the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2006.
Okay, it happened.
Yeah, it happened.
The Heat swept up on the Thunder. Like what? Like it could go both ways.
Yeah.
So
It could go both ways.
It's I hear what you're saying about the conference and getting to that spot, and you could even argue the wear and tear from trying to fight that tough battle probably takes a greater toll. But I think at the end of the day, the teams that make it through are very talented teams.
Oh yeah, I know. I agree with you on that. So, anyways, man, that was some nice, interesting off the rail topics, man. We're talking about the Toronto Raptors, man. Oh.
Yeah, that was a sneaky one.
Good
I just meant that as a trade talk, and then we got Wade.
That's how it be.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. We're gonna let this thing come down to the landing spot. So, let's just start off with the sign-offs, man. Deuce, you got anything you want to say?
Hey, man, always is a pleasure.
Okay, all right. Defense.
Hey man, thank y'all for rocking with us. Follow us on the Reddits, on the Twitters, on the Instagrams, on the TikToks. Your local video store, all that.
We on TikTok.
Ass blockbuster.
We can get there. We got a QR code coming up. Like we trying to go digital. We might get into the NFT game. Who knows? But
what is NFTs? What is NFTs?
That's another episode. If you want to hit, Chris gonna put a Cash App link right here. You want to know about NFTs?
Donate to the NFT fund.
Do your Googles because I don't got the answer.
The no fair trophy.
Go ahead and like and subscribe, comment, engage with us, and just let us know what y'all think. Cool. We see y'all suggestions for future episodes. We didn't do it right now, but it's in the works.
We got one comment. Yeah, we got one comment. Cool. Kev RL, what you got?
Fan pick. I'm a copy Deuce tonight. I'm gonna just say, man, it was a pleasure. It was a cool episode. Chill. I appreciate y'all time rocking with us as usual. Comment, like, subscribe, echo all that stuff defense had to tell y'all.
Cool. Awesome. And this is Chris B. Humble. Again, thank you guys for coming and enjoying with us. Again, subscribe, all that fun jazz. I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel, but you guys know what to do if you made it this far. And Draymond, man, please be humble, man. Just chill. Just chill a little bit, man. If you got something to say, if you got something like that to say, just temper it. Just say, hey, man, I'm the best player on the team this season. Like, we just scale it back. We can scale it back a little bit.
He should add all those ad-libs.
Yeah, you got to do the addendum, man. You
gotta wait till somebody else. You gotta wait till somebody else say it.
Or that, man, and then and then they ask you, be like, "Hey, man, look, man, proof's in the pudding. I ain't got nothing to say. It ain't come out my mouth."
Yeah.
They didn't try to put Draymond on the cover
of
the 2K.
Hey,
man, there's never been a
that's a
player on the cover, though.
Hey, you know what?
No.
I'm just saying. Somebody else said, bigged up Zion. He ain't delivered. I'm just saying.
I mean,
he delivered.
He got time. He ain't delivered yet. I mean,
he is delivering, but he is delivering. Right now, he is delivering.
He's delivering this season.
Yes.
I don't know where Pelicans are.
Yeah,
in the stats,
you got to face it.
He's delivering this year. But that's all I wanted. I just wanted a full season. Just play a full season. Yeah. Next year, he could have gone. He could have got on. I would have said nothing. But no.
But are they giving you that whole like the next Messiah? Is he giving you that vibe like that was trying to put on him? He ain't put it out there. Just in his defense, he ain't put that out there. They putting it out there.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm looking.
I'm waiting for it. I'm looking.
Giving me a little bit like LeBron dominant vibes where he gets the ball and he's just like that. Because LeBron initially when he came in the league, he wasn't this talented shooter.
No, he couldn't.
Got to bubble up.
It
takes time. It takes
time.
He
was like drive. He was using his athletic ability, his strength to do what he does. And Zion is doing the exact same thing right now.
But
so until they could stop it.
To be fair, yes, you're right. Yeah. But I will add to it that LeBron was also showcasing his ability to pass. He was showcasing his
but Zion is doing it. But he's doing that.
Okay.
That's the most amazing part. He's actually like a good passer. I can't say great. He's a good passer.
Okay.
Like he's actually doing the passing. I was like very surprised at him, man.
He got the court vision.
He's doing the passing. Like Check it out.
see.
Like I said, he's giving me a little bit of a hint of it. Just remembering how LeBron started out. And when I used to back LeBron, everybody was like, nah, whatever. Everybody was like, Melo, Wade. Nah, I was
good point.
LeBron.
Fair points.
Yeah,
Fair points.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you, man. Okay, so KFRL is sponsoring Zion. Deuce is sponsoring Draymond. I'm sponsoring Ja, and defense is sponsoring Kirk Franklin.
I don't know what I'm a sponsor Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like Jimmy.
Jimmy's doing his thing.
Yeah,
I think,
yes, sir.
I think everybody could get behind Jimmy right
No
now.
days off, Jimmy, man. So yeah, man, on that note, man, I'm gonna take my time off and go ahead and go home and chill and relax. So I'll let everyone else do the same. So y'all have a good night, man. Peace.